Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wallahi wabillahi watallahi. Saya Anwar bin Ibrahim setelah dilantik memegang jawatan seorang Perdana Menteri dengan sesungguhnya bersumpah bahawa saya akan dengan jujur menunaikan kewajipan-kewajipan jawatan itu dengan segala daya upaya saya, bahawa saya akan menumpahkan taat setia yang sebenar kepada Malaysia dan akan memelihara, melindungi dan mempertahankan perlembagaannya.
Bangunkan Malaysia Madani, sepenuh hati, jiwa, semangat, terus meyakini Malaysia Madani.
Good morning to our respected lecturer, Madam Nadia, and fellow students. We are Group 2 and we are here today to analyse a transformative vision for Malaysia's future, the Ekonomi Madani policy. This is not just another economic plan. It is a comprehensive policy to reform and design to reshape the nation's economic landscape. The Madani economy was officially announced by Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim on July 27, 2023. It represents a fundamental shift towards an inclusive and resilient Malaysian economy. At its core, this new model is built upon 6 key principles: well-being, innovation, sustainability, respect, trust, caring, and compassion. The vision for the Madani economy is expansive to transform Malaysia into a major economic power in Asia. It aims for more than just growth metrics. It targets fundamental improvements, specifically improving the effectiveness of the government institutions, reducing wage inequality, and significantly boosting Malaysia's global competitiveness. The entire process is guided by the Madani blueprint, a clear roadmap that sets an ambitious target, moving Malaysia into the top 30 countries in the world by the end of 2034.
In this part, I will be explaining the policy problem that exists under the Ekonomi Madani policy. Number one is rising cost of living. The issue of cost of living in this country are fueled by both internal policy challenges and concerns in the global economy. Department of Statistics Malaysia (DOSM) reports that total gross family income increased by 82.8% in 2024, where households are now better able to fulfill their basic expenditure needs. Economist Lee Heng-Gui cautioned that there are still households that suffer with high living expenses, and he added that living expenses will always go up. Khazanah Research Institute also report Kuala Lumpur, Kuala Muda and Kota Kinabalu had the largest increase in household poverty, and until March 2025, the Consumer Price Index has increased to 134.1 point, where it justified that living costs will always continue to rise. Next is income inequality. Even though the Prime Minister keep on saying that he wants to create an inclusive society that protects and assists the impoverished, the enormous disparity between the top and middle groups and the poor group is one of the reasons why income inequality is still a problem. Since 50 years ago, wealthy people always benefited greatly compared to middle and poor people. Even while employment is still Malaysia's primary source of income, the imbalance that has occurred cannot be erased. According to the World Bank, people from lower income households make less money in the labor market because they are more likely than those from middle class and upper class households to be self-employed, work in informal job, and hold lower skilled. Last but not least, youth unemployment. Another controversial problem in Malaysia is youth unemployment. Approximately 300,000 new graduates enter the workforce each year, while only 60,000 to 70,000 new positions are created according to the Bank Negara report. The Chief Statistician of Malaysia, Datuk Seri Dr. Muhammad Uzair Mahidin, stated in a media announcement that the unemployment rate of young people between the age of 15 and 24 stay at 10.2% in June 2025, with 297.5 thousand young people without job. The issue is closely linked to the quality and relevance of education. Even though more students are graduating, they may still struggle to find jobs if they lack the skills employer need. As a result, employer reject unqualified candidates, increasing unemployment.
As we have explored today, Malaysia's path to economic transformation is built on three powerful pillars, which are raising the ceiling, ensuring good governance and public sector reform, and raising the floor. Firstly is raising the ceiling. Malaysia is embarking on a bold journey to raise its economy ceiling, breaking free from outdated models and embracing high-value, future-ready growth. Central to this is the new Industrial Master Plan 2030, which aims to transform our manufacturing sector, backed by RM120 billion in domestic direct investment from 6 GLIC. This strategy will mobilize high-growth industry and uplift community. We are also driving digitalization and innovation with initiatives like the RM20 million for AI faculty at UTM, fostering cross-disciplinary skills to support sustainable growth. Malaysia aspires to lead the global Islamic economy with platforms like the Global Forums on Islamic Economy and Finance (GFIEF), promoting values-based reform and international cooperation. Our SME, which form 97.4% of business, will be empowered through the Ekonomi Madani framework to scale globally and contribute more meaningfully to GDP. Finally, we are laying a foundation of economic security and sustainability. The Progressive Wage Policy Pilot Project is already seeing hundreds of employers raise salary, signaling a shift toward inclusive prosperity. The second pillar in strengthening our nation lies in good governance and public sector reforms. Good governance forms the very foundation of effective implementation. It is about fighting corruption, promoting transparency, and ensuring that every decision made serves the people, not personal interests. Malaysia aims to be among the top 25 countries on the Corruption Perception Index within 10 years. To achieve this, reform to the Competition Act 2010 and Competition Commission Act 2010 will promote fair competition, prevent monopolies, and protect small business from unfair practice. Strong and transparent financial management is also vital. Through budget
2025, the government targets a 3% fiscal deficit and a 60% debt to GDP ratio under the Public Finance and Fiscal Responsibility Act 2023. With national debt at RM1.304 trillion as of June 2025, fiscal consolidation will ensure long-term stability and sustainability. Beyond numbers, governance is about unity and inclusivity. The Sejati Madani program support local communities with up to RM100,000 in funding and allocates RM100 million to strengthen PPR communities through socio-economic initiative. Lastly, an amendment to the Audit Act 1957 will enhance accountability and ensure that audit recommendations are acted upon effectively. Raising the floor is about ensuring every Malaysian enjoys a better quality of life, from improving school and healthcare access to expanding digital learning and preventive care. The government is investing in people. Through target subsidy and income support, we are helping families manage rising costs. Community-led programs like Sejati Madani empower citizens to lead change and fight poverty from within. And by upgrading infrastructure, especially in rural areas, we are closing gaps and building a more inclusive, connected Malaysia. Together, these pillars reflect a bold vision, a Malaysia that is innovative, resilient and united. A Malaysia that competes globally, leads regionally and uplifts its people locally.
Next is the strategy. Throughout the establishment of the policy, Ekonomi Madani have come up with few strategies including SARA, Budi 95 and PADU. SARA is the Sumbangan Asas Rahmah, which is a targeted aid program designed to help those most affected by the high cost of living, aimed at easing financial pressure and improving the economic status of low-income groups. Under the 2035 budget, the program runs from 31st August to 31 December 2035. Eligible Malaysian aged 18 and above, especially the hardcore poor and low-income group in the e-Kasih system, will receive RM100 in cashless. The assistance is given through MyCard Link account and can be used to buy essential items from approval store listed on the MyKasih Foundation website. This included basic food, school supplies and personal hygiene products. The next strategy is the implementation of Budi 95, a government program that provides RM95 petrol subsidies to Malaysians. A full subsidy means the government covers part of the full cost, so citizens can buy it at a cheaper price. This initiative aims to support Malaysians while ensuring government funds are used efficiently by focusing on the benefits on citizens instead of companies or foreigners. Under Budi 95, eligible Malaysians will receive 300 litres of RM95 per month of a subsidized price of RM1.99 per litre. To qualify, citizens must have a valid MyCard and active driving license and use a public or commercial vehicle approved by the government. Last is PADU. The Pangkalan Data Utama or PADU is Malaysia's centralized national data hub managed by the Department of Statistics Malaysia. It stores individual and household profiles of citizens and permanent residents aged 18 and above. The data is regularly updated from various sources to help the government implement targeted policies more effectively, such as subsidies, cash aid, and welfare. Registration began in January 2034 to ensure all eligible citizens are included in future assistance programs. PADU aims to reduce socio-economic gaps, improve public well-being, enhance government service efficiency, and ensure better use of national resources.
First, one of the key strengths of Ekonomi Madani is its focus on improving the quality of life for Malaysians. So this policy doesn't aim just to grow the economy, but it also aims to make sure that the benefits are shared fairly among everyone. So according to Malay Mail, Malaysia's GDP grew by 5.8% in the second quarter of 2024, which is higher than expected. So this shows that Ekonomi Madani is helping to boost national growth and build public confidence. As the economy strengthens, citizens can enjoy better job stability, higher income and improved living standards. In fact, the Star reported that the new Industrial Master Plan 2030 or NIMP 2030 supports the framework by creating more skilled jobs and helping small and medium enterprises grow. Besides that, Malaysia's median salary in the private sector rose by 4.9% to 2,900 in 2023, which clearly reflects improvement in income and living standards. The second strength is that the Ekonomi Madani directly addresses Malaysia's economic challenges. It connects with other national plans like the NIMP 2030, the National Energy Transition Roadmap, and the 12th Malaysia Plan. Together, these ensure that economic growth remains balanced and sustainable, benefiting not just the rich but also the B40 and M40 income groups. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim mentioned that this framework is not only about economic growth, but it is about fairness and improving people's life. The third strength is the effort to increase female participation in the workforce. Ekonomi Madani aims to raise women's labour force participation rate from 55.5% to 60%, helping Malaysia tap into its full potential. So, the government through Kesuma and Talent Corp introduced flexible work policies, childcare supports and programs such as Wanita Maiwira to help women return to work and maintain a healthy work-life balance. So by empowering women, the framework not only strengthens families but also contributes to national productivity and social equality. Now, moving on to weaknesses. The first major weakness is the lack of attention to health and aging issues. So, although Ekonomi Madani aims to improve quality of life, it doesn't clearly address the growing healthcare burden, especially with Malaysia's aging population. The Galen Centre for Health and Social Policy highlighted that non-communicable diseases like diabetes, cancer and heart disease causes 67% of premature death and cost the economy around 22.5 billion ringgit each year. The second weakness is related to implementation and inclusivity. While Ekonomi Madani promotes values like compassion and fairness, these ideas are not always seen in real policy action. A recent issue involving Malaysia's religious guidelines revealed gaps in communication and coordination between ministries. As Haridas 2025 reported, the controversy showed how Madani's inclusive vision is not always practiced consistently. This lack of clarity and consultation risks creating misunderstanding among the public and can weaken trust in the framework's goals. Lastly, one common criticism is the slow pace of implementation. Prime Minister Anwar himself admitted that these big structural changes take time, but many people are still waiting to feel the benefits. A good example is the subsidy rationalisation plan, which faced multiple delays due to data and coordination issue. The Age Malaysia 2025 reported that these delays cause uncertainty among citizens, especially over rising cost of living. Although Ekonomi Madani has a strong vision, the slow progress makes it appear less effective in the short term. Still, with patient and consistent effort, this goal can eventually bring long-term stability and growth.
Having examined the policy strength and identified key weakness, we now move to our final section, policy recommendation. Our analysis highlights three crucial areas where the Ekonomi Madani framework can be strengthened to ensure its long-term success and achieve its goal of people-centered development. First, we recommend fully integrating health and aging policies into the core economic agenda. As Malaysia transitions into an aging nation with over 15% of the population projected to be 60 and older by 2030, the financial sustainability of the public health system will be severely tested. The current cost of non-communicable disease (NCDs) is already an estimated RM 22.5 billion annually, underscoring that health is a fundamental economic issue. Therefore, the policy must proactively expand health financing options for the elderly, introduce fiscal incentive for a thriving silver economy that hires seniors, and invest in community-based care to reduce reliance on costly institutionalized services. Second, strengthening policy coordination and implementation is vital to maximize the benefits of key social and economic initiatives such as welfare programs, targeted subsidies like SARA and Budi 95, and SME support. There must be a better collaboration between federal and state ministries. Establishing a system of real-time data sharing and structured communication will enable the government to resolve administrative overlaps quickly and enhance the efficient delivery of services across all levels. Effective monitoring mechanisms are essential to prevent duplication and ensure that every targeted household and business receive the intended support. Finally, enhancing governance and oversight mechanism is necessary to ensure transparency, accountability, and inclusiveness. While the policy is founded on principle of goodwill and transparency, its long-term success requires rigorous and measurable execution. We recommend implementing a strong monitoring and evaluation system to track progress, specifically against the core Madani principles. Furthermore, the government must commit to issuing regular public progress reports that openly share both successes and challenges. This level of transparency is critical for building and sustaining public trust, addressing public confusion over policy inconsistencies, and fostering greater citizen engagement. In summary, these recommendations are key to realizing the full pupil-centered potential of the Ekonomi Madani policy, ensuring it sustainably drives economic growth while improving the quality of life for all Malaysians.
Ekonomi Madani is a comprehensive framework aimed at reshaping Malaysia's socio-economic landscape through inclusivity, innovation and sustainability. It addresses challenges like the rising cost of living, income inequality and youth unemployment through target strategies such as SARA, Budi 95 and PADU, while its three pillars, raising the ceiling, ensuring good governance and raising the floor, drive progress through initiatives like the NIMP 2030 and digital innovation. Though it faced limitations such as limited focus on healthcare, aging and long-term sustainability, as well as inconsistencies in implementation, Ekonomi Madani remains a strong vision for a just, prosperous and resilient Malaysia if executed with sincerity, accountability and adaptability.